Gotcha.
Sorry.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes.
To a very special end of the year stream.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. Because this is this will probably be the last live stream of 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Live one. Yeah.
live one. We're in the midst of figuring out the schedule for next year, and we've got a lot of cool things in the works. But this will probably be the last stream of 2020.
Yeah.
Good riddance. This year sucked.
See ya.
Why don't you run down what we're drinking before we go any further?
We got an ever popular rye. People were complaining that we didn't drink enough rye. So this is Willet Rye. I drank it already like a week ago. It's excellent.
Okay. Willet Rye. Where'd you get this?
I got it when we drove to the Smokies.
That's right. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was
A Total Wine? Total Wine? Or Liquor Bar?
I think it was liquor. No, it's Total Wine. Yeah, it's Total Wine.
This is, you had to get it out of the case.
I know.
I've never seen that before.
And it's not that expensive, so.
How much was this?
60.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try it neat. And then,
Are you just like afraid you're not going to like it?
no, but you've hyped it.
I like it. Yeah, it's good.
It's very sweet. Ooh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. It's a rye.
It's different.
Get a little more spice.
Get that ice cube in there. Yeah. So, welcome everybody. Haven't given the official welcome.
62 in the chat.
62.
Or
All right.
watching, I guess. Watching.
Thank you for spending your Friday nights with us. We got a bunch of things to talk about, and
The Roadcaster sounds so bad.
yeah.
my
So this will probably be the last live stream with the Roadcaster. As you can hear, it's popping a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why, you can go look at 2 live streams ago, and we spill water on it. But it's good enough for this. We will, so not to spoil it, but we're going to be totally upgrading and overhauling the podcast audio setup next year in January. So the Roadcaster's just gotta limp through one more live stream.
Oh, please.
And we've got a whole new setup coming. We're going to switch out the microphones. We're going to switch out these damn stands.
Yeah, these are the worst. They served their job, but they're not that cheap though either.
No, they're not cheap. So we're going to overhaul the whole setup. Thank you to all for contributing and watching. You know, we do use the money from this to buy this stuff.
Yeah.
It certainly doesn't cover all of it.
It covers very little of it.
But so just bear with us. This will be the last stream with the old trusty Roadcaster. We're going to get a new Roadcaster, new mics, new stands.
Roadcaster's limping along right now. God.
So that'll be coming next year, but so some exciting things, and we've started putting together the podcast guest lineup for next year, and we've started putting together some of our trips for next year. So some exciting things.
Yeah, 2021 is going to be awesome, and fingers crossed we can get to that 70% immunity mark.
So what you need for herd immunity, I guess.
Reopen this stuff.
And then this will be more like a typical live stream. So if you have some Q&A or if you have anything, just drop it in the chat. We'll actually pay attention to the chat.
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
James Henry said...
I also... just go.
No, I was just going to call it
just give us a review on the iTunes store. Just go over there, go to the iTunes store, give us a review. Also subscribe. I should say that. We never say this stuff.
You're supposed to, apparently, to grow the channel.
Yeah. Also, we've been told that our notifications button might be jacked up. I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. Because if you saw our last video released yesterday, we obviously go live a lot. And I'm pretty sure if you click the notification thing, it'll tell you when we're going live. But somebody emailed us and said, like, our channel right now is like for children only, and you can't, I don't know, something's going on. I did, however, figure out how to get live chat replay going back on these.
Look, that's awesome.
So, all right. So before my little selfish plug there, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say James Henry, old equipment giveaway. You don't want this equipment, James.
Yeah. So I don't know what we're going to do with the Roadcaster.
The Roadcaster's toast.
Well, it might be like the backup.
I don't know.
like backup if like we need a traveling one. You can't sell it. It's toast.
We should stack a bunch of tannerite underneath it.
I mean, it still works. I mean, it's still working. It's just none of the buttons work, and only 2 of the 4 channels work. And if you can hear that like popping noise, that it's something with them. Let me turn this down. This might help a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's better. That's better. Anyway, so we never seem to get to it, but I have got a whole list of current events to discuss. Because it's been a while since we did one of these. But
is it backpacking current events?
Yeah,
or outdoorsy
it's outdoorsy
stuff?
current events.
Okay,
they're real.
Good.
But we'll get there at the end.
Okay.
Do we need to pay attention to people?
No, I want to do a current. Let's do one current event.
Okay, so here's the thing. I started my current event list after the last. See, it sounds better. Less popping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started my current event list after our last live stream where we did the current events. And since that last live stream, the biggest thing, but it's old news now. The monolith.
Oh, God. I do have some comments on the monolith, though.
So there's a new one in Florida.
Well,
today.
I want to comment about the one in Utah that got taken down.
Okay, what do you want to comment? It was destroying the land.
Right. I really actually kind of appreciated that. Like
a bunch tore it down.
Yeah. A bunch of climbers posted that they took it down, and they've posted video of them like wheeling it out, and they're like, "F this. This is infringing on public land. It's driving a bunch of traffic back here. People are all over the place looking for this, not respecting the place. Get rid of this damn thing." So I thought that was kind of cool, actually.
It was destroying the landscape.
It was.
I mean, people were destroying the landscape.
Yes, people.
But they were using the monolith as an excuse too. So there's one in California now. There's one in Romania. There's one in Florida. Some Florida dude put one up.
Florida man.
So that was, and I have a bunch more current events that are actual current events, but we'll get to them. We'll get to them. I wanted to do some review of this year. This is a recap podcast.
Okay.
What was your 3 highs and 3 lows?
You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Of this year, 3 highs?
Or just a high and a low? What was your favorite backpacking related memory of this year?
I mean, we had a blast doing our West Virginia extravaganza.
That was fun.
Peak COVID. Also, this year technically counts, even though it's pre-COVID. Going to Wisconsin was awesome.
Yeah. And then I was thinking about how much fun going to Red River Gorge was.
Oh yeah, with David and
when we went to Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of my favorite trip. This Smokies trip was pretty awesome.
Yeah, the smoke. I must say, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't really know what to expect because this is my first time there, and it was a lot more beautiful than I thought. And logistically, it's pretty easy.
It was. Well, shout out to Bryce.
Yeah.
Is Bryce in here? He better be working on his trip video if he is in here. This is time he should be spending. Is it out?
He's going to release it tomorrow, I think.
Oh, I didn't know it was done.
Yeah.
The Smokies, yeah, it's just such a popular destination that it's, there's so many loops you can do. There's a lot of parking. The only thing about the Smokies, which is a rule for national parks, is I don't like how you have to pre-pick where you're camping.
No, but at least the campsites, well, at least this time of year, it wasn't crowded.
I could see them being really crowded.
And that night one campsite, when we woke up the next day, was beautiful along the stream.
Correct. That wasn't it was a good campsite. Anyway, the Smokies was cool.
I would hate to have to be crammed into those campsites with a bunch of other people, though. That would suck.
Could you see how? Yeah, and
that would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of my favorite trip. Yeah, the West Virginia stuff was fun.
I like the West Virginia stuff just because it was fun. The 4 of us, during the height of quarantine. Well, actually, just coming out of quarantine. Going to West Virginia, doing 2 different trails. Dolly Sods is always fun. Cranberry was a pain in the butt, but looking back at it, it was awesome.
And we were foolish enough to think that was the worst COVID was.
I know that's crazy.
We're like, we're at the peak.
There's 1,500 cases
storm.
a day.
Yeah. We had 9,700 today in Ohio.
Yeah.
So, maybe West Virginia. Now, what's your least favorite backpacking memory?
I don't think I have least favorite backpacking memories.
You have to.
I don't know. I can't think of one.
Stack your favorites up, and what's the bottom of the list?
I don't know. What did we do?
I mean, we did.
I mean, I liked the Smokies, but my spreader bar breaking sucked.
Was that the worst backpacker related thing that happened to you this year?
No.
What was the worst?
And by the way, I wanted to shout out to that Dutchware is taking care of me on that and shipped me a new spreader bar.
As they should.
Yes.
And true story, first person to break a spreader bar on a Dutchware. According to Dutchware.
According to Dutchware, I was the first person to break one. And so I don't know. I didn't do anything different. And they asked me some questions, which rightfully so, about like just kind of understanding how it happened. But like when you get in and out of a bridge hammock, like you're grabbing the sides. You're not grabbing any spreader bars.
They accused you.
They didn't accuse me, but they were curious.
They were like, well, this is the actual email. One of those is never broken before.
What
you shouldn't be grabbing them when you get in and out.
And the funny thing is, like, I was thinking about, like, who would even, those of you that have used bridge-style hammocks before, if you try to grab the spreader bar while you try to get into that, you're on the ground. Because it'll rotate. You've got to grab the two sides.
Yeah, I could see grabbing it when you're in there to, like, maneuver around a little bit.
But you've got the mosquito net around you.
That's true. You can't grab it with the net up. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Flaws.
That was pretty funny.
Flaws in logic.
Well, hey, that's I
guess I was the first.
You were the first. That's pretty cool.
And they were like, well, how much weight was in the hammock?
I know. I like that.
I'm like, the quilts, and some spare clothes.
They did ask a lot of questions. They were probably like, oh, this has never happened before.
Yeah.
And then I told Andy that he should just, because they didn't know, didn't know it was us or anything. And I was like, you should just send him a link to the video and timestamp it. Be like, bro, right there. 22,000 views. 20,000 people have seen this thing break.
They just saw the aftermath.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not trying to crap on Dutchware at all.
No, they took care of it.
Yeah.
They took care of it. Props to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I paid for that hammock. I bought it full price. There was no deals, no sponsorships, nothing. So
yeah, true story. There are some good comments. I'm trying to see.
We got to start at the very beginning.
Okay. All right. Let's go through some comments.
All right.
A lot of people in here.
Yeah, this was why we were getting set up. Okay.
There are a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Happy Friday. I hope you're all staying safe.
Yeah.
I don't know what the COVID situation is like where you live.
James Henry says,
hasn't gotten any better.
More wives tasting food. Yeah, that'll happen.
That could happen. Yeah. That could. James or anyone, put in the chat. What should we have them try?
Maybe we should do a poll, because I think we can do that on YouTube.
Can you do it there?
I don't know here, but
you can do a community poll.
Yeah.
So, all right, people in the chat, if we were to do a wives tasting video, please drop your. We've had them taste ramen-based meals,
cheap junk,
gross stuff, desserts. We've never had them taste like really good food.
We should have like a chili con queso.
Yeah, drop your suggestions for what the wives should taste in chat.
Yeah.
We'll get on that in January.
Josh says this is the highlight of my week. I have a boring life. Josh, I got a boring life too, man.
Josh, I've been living in my basement since March.
Yeah.
True story.
Dick Davis, best to you. Enjoy your podcast. Let her rip.
Thank you.
Yep. Arcana says, I remember all the big plans everyone had because it was 2020, so go big. Then March came.
Yeah,
yes,
we had big
so
plans.
true.
We were supposed to go
everybody
on
had
trail.
big plans. Everybody has.
We got some big plans for next year, though.
Yeah.
True story.
74. Tony says 74 watching, 10 likes. We're up to 17 likes now.
We're 120 watching.
Yeah. Oh,
18 likes.
Right.
There we go. We don't even like our own stuff.
Midwest Backpacker says Andy's face when the water spilled was priceless. That was pretty funny.
And Ben, I think Ben's in here from Hilltop Axe.
Yeah.
He made a great Photoshop of that. I mean, to Andy's credit, it wasn't his fault. Now, it's your fault for doing this all the time.
Yeah, the mic came off the mic
But
stand.
yeah, he didn't knock it over. The mic stand fell off the table and hit the glass of water. And if Roadcaster's still going, none of the buttons work.
Someone asked a little bit. Did the Dan button pull the plug? What's the Becker button?
Did the Dan button? Oh,
because you're a big fat liar.
Still works.
We still got that.
Okay. Okay, Tim.
I forget what's on here.
Rim shot.
You'd use that one more.
Really?
That's
Because you're a big fat liar.
all right.
Really?
We got two Becker buttons.
This is
And the goat button.
The goat button.
Buttons still work. I can't adjust the audio of any of those buttons.
Yeah.
And we can't adjust the audio of the headphones.
Oh, good. They're saying not hearing popping.
Yeah, I turned the levels down a little bit. It's still like this is usable for 2 people, but some of the other channels don't work, and we do have 4 people and 3 people on a lot, so we're just gonna have to get a new one,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But true story, this Rodecaster, I mean, we've
What a champ.
hundreds of hours on this thing, and I mean it's not cheap. It's $600, but it really has performed well. And like it's good when you see like legitimate podcasts.
I see them all the time.
and you
using it.
see this
Yeah.
thing in there. Yeah.
Michael Kovac said, "You guys are the best. Love your channel. I'm sure you've been asked 100 times, but must have missed it. Kevin, why'd you switch to 10?"
That's a great question. I should do a full video on that. So I switched. I still hammock camp, by the way. In fact, when I was in the Smokies, I probably should have brought the hammock, but Dan had those cool tents I was using. Anyway, I switched to a tent in the spring or late spring of 2019 because I started noticing on the Colorado Trail when I do like at that time, and I actually figured out why, but when I was doing like 3, 4, 5 nights in a row in a hammock, I was getting some really weird like lower leg problems. What I think that is from actually, I was getting drop foot in my leg, which is really scary if you've never had it. But what I think that's from is not necessarily from the hammock, but when I sleep in a hammock on my back, I cross my legs, and I think anyway, to answer your question, I had developed some weird lower leg issues. But I've used the hammock in West Virginia. I've used it many times this year. I still use it, but on trips where I'm doing like 2, 3, 4, 5 nights in a row, and then depending on the situation, I've been using the tent. And you know what? Honest to God, tent's not bad, folks. Got to get a big pillow and a big pad and a nice tent, but I don't mind the tent. Hammock, although on the Smokies, I wish I had the hammock. Hammock is, I've been thinking about this a lot. In inclement weather, I think the hammock is superior.
Yeah, I mean, you got more room for activities.
It's easier to set up in the rain, and I think a hammock you can definitely make a hammock a colder setup. I think.
I don't know about that.
I mean, the warmest pad that exists is the Neo Air Xtherm, and you can get like a -10-degree undercoat. I don't know, but I know that was a long-winded answer to your question. But I still am in the hammock. I don't film as much in the hammock, but for the overnighters, like hammocks, I got the Dutch wear banding. It's pretty sweet.
Okay. Arcana, this is a good point by Arcana, said the climbers who drilled into the rocks on the same land for slack lines and netting. It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Oh, crap.
You're losing the comments.
Oh, no.
We have a
Okay.
lot of comments.
Yeah, Josh, I go back and forth watching this in my smoker. I got a 3-pound tomahawk.
I saw
ribeye.
that on Facebook. Nice, Josh. That's a legitimate cut of meat you got there.
Yeah.
Tomahawk
I
ribeye.
saw that ribeye that you had.
That thing was big.
Tony says, come to the Pacific Northwest. Great areas here.
I know, Tony. I know.
He also said some of the worst trips will be best memories. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arcana says, I appreciate how the Smokies only allow 30 days before booking.
That's
Please,
right. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Bryce booked it.
I'm so inexperienced with
that. That is a good point. That is cool they do that. And he's right.
Yeah.
Some of the places out west, especially in the California area, you can book like 6 months in advance.
Yeah. So
Just a little bit more of this.
you like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
How much was it?
60.
Yeah, it's worth $60.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the Angel's Envy,
No.
but that's $100.
Yeah. All right. Patrick Harris says, some of the Smokies campsites seem overbooked too. I've been to some where I had trouble finding a spot. Yeah.
Patrick, I can
Yeah.
only imagine what that place is like in peak season.
Yeah.
And the campsites that, I mean, granted, the 2 we stayed at, they were not big. Like, how many people do you think you could have fit there?
At night one?
Yeah. And they're probably like 2 or 3 areas.
At night one, you could book up to 12 people.
Okay.
And you could do that at night two. I don't know how you get 12 people at the second campsite though.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say those sites were excellent hammock sites.
Yeah.
Much better hammock sites than tent sites.
Fern Wog said, shelters are busy, but usually campsites at Smokies I've had to myself.
Yeah,
Once you get away from
that's a good point,
trailheads,
too.
Smokies aren't bad. Yeah.
People would be in the shelters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
I'm such a Smokies noob, but I can't wait to go back.
That's a place I guarantee you we're back in 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to get to.
Yeah. 6.5 hours. Yeah. Midwest backpacker should have bought a Ridge Runner.
I know, right?
I'm liking the Banyan.
The Banyan's a good hammock. I've never
Yeah.
I've never slept in a Ridge Runner.
Yeah. Yay, I made it live. Remember to check Instagram.
Yeah.
Leslie, yeah.
Yeah, she shouted out. She's
yeah.
I don't know. The notifications, I don't know what the deal is. We're going to have to look into that.
Midwest Backpacker, time to buy carbon fiber spreader bars. I
Yeah.
agree, though. But if I'm going to break a carbon fiber spreader, that's going to be pricey.
I wonder if, is carbon, what are they, aluminum? Yours?
Yeah.
There's no way carbon fiber is stronger than aluminum. Maybe. But Midwest Backpacker, Jeremy, I do think if you're going to use the Banyan a lot, investing in those carbon fiber poles is probably a good way to go.
Yeah, I'd like to save a few ounces there.
Mm-hmm.
Top Shelf Backpacking. Hey, by the way, just to shout out Top Shelf, there's I haven't been able to find that Texas bourbon. I looked.
We were going to do the Blanton's tonight, but I forgot Andy had this and we wanted to try it. Otherwise, tonight would have been Blanton's night. Blanton's is better than this.
Yeah, it's better than this. Yeah. Ever think about heading to Oregon for a trip?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were going to do that 2 years ago, but it never panned out.
Mark, has Andy lost weight? Looking good. What's the magic? Mark, it's just diet and exercise. Nothing else to say, really.
Eat less.
Eat less, work out more.
Take your enjoyment of eating and just get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Just flush it down the toilet. Just eat so you don't die.
Yeah. True story.
All right, Hike with Mike. I love O-meals. I've heard of those.
What are O-meals?
It's some type of like, I've heard of it. I think it's a
Google. What's an O-meal? Is it like a brand of food?
Yeah. Wait.
O-meals.
No. Wait. I thought I've heard it.
There's malt O-meal.
No.
That doesn't look like backpacking food.
I've heard of something called O-meal. Hold on.
Amazon.com. Meals ready to eat O-meal?
Oh, yeah. These. Wait. No. Oh, here they are.
Oh, yeah. O-meals. O-meals, spaghetti with beef, MRE, extend. Okay. All right. They're on Amazon. Are they good? What are people that they're not cheap? Right? Is that $15 for one? No, it's got to be two.
I don't think these are dehydrated either.
It says MRE.
Oh, these are the same brand that Sam had that cookie in West Virginia.
Oh, so they're not dehydrated.
No.
They're like MREs.
Yeah.
That's why they're expensive.
They come with that heater pack in it already.
Do people like them?
I don't know.
Tinfoil. I love the O-meals. Hike with Mike likes them. All right.
Tinfoil meals, Smoky Bees Natural. Yeah, we do.
We're
we
gonna
rock
be
that.
We're going to be doing more of those.
Okay. Hooks and hammocks, peanut butter and pickle sandwiches.
Dude, I've heard of I heard that's a thing.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. That is a thing.
Glad you made it home safe from last trip. Yeah.
Sure did.
Taste survival foods. I haven't heard of that one from E-Tech.
See how the
hermetically
wives do
sealed
with cold soaking
cooking.
meals. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. They probably won't like it as much as hot food, but that's a good genre.
Yeah. Ice Pick says make the wives drink the
Oh,
bourbons.
now that's not a bad. That's a good live stream thing. Have them do bourbon tasting. My wife does not like bourbon.
My wife doesn't drink, so that's
Yeah.
just not happening.
Yeah, that's true. My wife does not like bourbon. Yeah, she's not. Although I will say bourbon is definitely an acquired taste.
Oh, heavily acquired. It took a while.
But I think it's the easiest. I really like tequila.
Yeah.
But I think it's the easiest of the hard liquors to drink. You know.
Yeah. Wives tasting instant coffees. That's a good one.
Oh, both our wives love coffee.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Give your wife. Kevin Wedge says, give your wives some Packet Gourmet. Texas chili or tortilla soup, always a killer. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was thinking like maybe like giving him like really good meals to test. We just had them taste shit.
C. Haney says, have them taste a mix and mash up of backpacking meals like mixing potatoes with ramen or something more elaborate.
Like
We've done that.
We've done that, but I like that idea. We haven't done that idea, but we have mixed instant potatoes with things and had them try it.
Matt Hikes is Dab Necker.
Dab Necker. Who was the other one? There was Dab Necker and Dan Pecker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought we just assumed it was Restless Outdoors, but I don't think it was actually him.
Oh, this is an interesting comment. Doug Outdoors says, is that a face mask hanging off the bear? It is.
It is.
That's a Z-Pax face mask.
That is a Z-Pax face mask sent to us by our buddy Details down at Z-Pax. I like the design of the mask, but
it's nylon.
It's nylon, so it's really hard to breathe through.
Yeah.
But I like the cinch. The way they did the mask is actually really cool.
Okay, so Larry Prince says hammock hot tent being released by one
Larry.
Tigress.
Really, Larry?
And I've seen hammock hot tent.
I've seen hammock hot tents.
Who is that? Who is the hiker in Wah Hiker?
Wah Hiker has
yeah,
one.
he had
Didn't
one.
he make one?
Yeah, he had like this. I don't know, but I remember seeing that he had a hot tent with a hammock in it.
We actually, Larry, right before this, this might be, we might actually just buy a hot tent. We've gotten desperate. Oh, my wife. Oh wait, wait, Carrie, Australia has a spike in COVID cases. We had 20 cases. Carrie, 20
Linked to a worker returning from the
U.S. Wow.
We traced in contact call like Matt over. Yeah, you
Carrie, I am sorry that we're sending COVID over to your continent. That's a dick move on the U.S. part.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My wife is voting for breakfast food. We've never had them taste breakfast food. That seems like a oversight because that's a very, very popular.
Yeah, we should do breakfast. That would be, yeah.
Maybe.
Brian,
Breakfast and coffee.
Yeah, breakfast, like full breakfast setup.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay.
Brian Fouch says, have the wives try camping cocktails with Mio vodka, schnapps, and
That's
hot
not a
chocolate.
bad thing to try.
Do you know what's
either.
hilarious is that we've done Mio vodka and schnapps and hot chocolate.
So we used to bring, when like, did we ever have it on video?
I don't know.
The peppermint schnapps and hot chocolate was the original alcoholic drink of choice we did.
Yeah, that was delicious.
It was really good. I will say Mio and vodka and Mio and bourbon isn't bad. Yeah, Allie has a good point. Yeah, maybe breakfast.
I agree with breakfast.
A lot of breakfast food.
Sean MC says Angels Envy Eagle Rare current faves, but try Angels Envy Rye if you get a chance. We have
the Angels
it.
Envy Rye it's actually my
delicious.
wife who hates bourbon really liked it. It's
Yeah.
just $100, but it's very good.
Also, what is your current? This is still from Sean. What is your current go-to backpacking coffee setups?
Great question. First, Eagle Rare is awesome.
Yeah,
Big fan of Eagle Rare.
regular Angels Envy bourbon, it's okay.
I've only had the rye.
Oh
Yeah.
The regular one, it's just okay. The rye's, I mean, so good.
What are our current coffee setups?
Well,
We change our coffee up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different kinds of instant coffee, and I think
I've been using the Black Rifle.
the Black Rifle instant coffee is so dang good.
It's really good. Do you know how much it is? You bought it for me. Is it expensive?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
I mean, it's
But like it's
on
not
par
like,
with Starbucks.
really. So currently, Black Rifle instant coffee has been my instant coffee the last like 3 trips. I am honest to God, I am a huge fan of Medaglia d'Oro. I actually think that might be the best.
It's okay.
It gets frothy. I mean, it's very good. So that's normally my coffee. I will say, I'm liking instant coffee that comes in the single use things. The Medaglia d'Oro, you gotta bag it yourself and make this like little crack rock looking sort of thing out of it, and it's a kind of a pain to deal with. But the single use packets, I think I wish Medaglia d'Oro made them in a packet like that.
So this isn't a bad price, actually.
I didn't think they were that bad.
$25 for 32 packets of
It's like 80
Black
cents a piece.
Yeah, for high end.
So for high end, that's not too bad.
That's
So
Starbucks.
first off, I've heard Alpine start.
Well, I mean, everybody talks about it. I've never had it.
I've never
I see
had
already
it,
high.
and CS Coffee is taking the Instagram world by storm right now.
What was the thing that Spacgyver gave us that we had? That was pretty good.
I don't know. I never tried mine yet. It's still in my coffee. Spacgyver's the coffee dude. If you want a coffee guru.
Yeah.
Should Allie be allowed to pick the meal test? Maybe, but it's more fun if we feed them stuff they don't know about.
Yeah. I was Gone with Feral.
Gone Feral.
was Squidly. I was in the Smokies in August, November. Perfect both times. Perfect numbers both times. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so it's not terrible.
Shoot. Oh, there we go. Mr. Rainbow, how many times have you guys used the Banyan before it broke?
Great question.
I
many
probably
times did you
used
use
it
it?
like 8 or 9 nights.
That's not a lot.
Yeah.
Were you moving when it broke?
No.
Like literally just laying dead quiet?
I was laying in the hammock. I had just gotten into it. I had my headlamp on. That's what happened. Because you know how frustrated
Dude,
everybody was.
It is pouring down rain. Literally, Andy.
so cold.
Andy is maybe 20 feet away from me, and you can't hear anything. It's an interesting byproduct of a downpour. You can't hear anything. So we had cell service, so we're calling each other, and I hear him screaming, and it was not a good scream. It was like a uh-oh, I thought you were injured scream. I didn't know what it was, and so did I call you, or you might have texted?
No, we were yelling back and forth.
I could not hear you.
I was just like, I don't know what to do, because I don't know what to do, because I knew right then and there, I'm like, I'm clearly not going to be able to repair this.
I thought you were going to try and repair it.
And
you had my trekking poles. I almost brought the little
well,
pieces of string.
Well, I mean, my hands were still so cold. There was no way I was going to be able to tie those trekking poles up.
Or like find a stick or something.
Yeah. Actually, the solution I found worked out decently.
You just use the half on one end and then go
switch
to the full end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It wasn't terrible.
In a bind. Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. Okay, MS7 fam.
Stay away from the AT.
And the Smokies during March, April. Yeah, through hikers are going to be packed.
I can imagine that the AT section of Smokies is crawling with people.
Yeah.
And we were fairly close to it where we were. I mean, we were a couple miles from it, but I mean, it was, the worst weather ever. So we didn't see a single person.
SA the first, you guys need to come down to North Carolina, South Carolina, do the foothills or Pisgah. We've been to Pisgah.
We've been to Pisgah. We did Linville Gorge.
Yeah.
And Frozen just did the foothills, right?
Yeah.
We almost went with him and his tramley, but we did not. Name is pronounced Tin. Okay, Tin.
Awesome.
Thank you. How do you pronounce your last name? I want to take a stab, but it's just going to be wrong.
No, yeah, we're just not going to screw it up. E-Tech, I slept with a Ridge Runner. Oh, I get it.
Oh, nice. With the winky face. Nice.
Scott Hopkins, they're not
funny,
cheap,
actually.
but they taste great.
Is it the Omeals?
I think that's the meals.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like $15 a meal, and we just looked them up.
This is actually a pretty funny comment. Bailey Taff, have your wives try the nutrient food. I don't think my wife would like it.
She'd like the mac and cheese.
Maybe.
Really?
I don't have a problem with that nutrient flavor in it.
The mac and cheese tastes like mac and cheese. And the breakfast scramble tastes like breakfast scramble.
Yeah.
And the chocolate thing was fine. Some of the stuff, you can taste the nutrients in it. Like the coffee, you can. Still tastes good, but it tastes like coffee with chemicals in it.
Yeah.
But other things, I think you'd be fine.
Alan Watson, you guys have high-priced bourbon thing going on. Been working on one myself.
We find deals, Alan.
Yeah, and also we've had many conversations that the 50 to 60 price range, that's about the most that we'll pay now for.
Yeah, we've been burned. Like I bought $100 bottle of Knob Creek 15. That was good, but not worth $100. So in Ohio, the way it works is it's really hard to get good bourbon in Ohio, but because Ohio has to sell it through a state liquor agency, they sell it for around MSRP.
Yeah.
So like when we get Blanton's, it's $50. Blanton's for $50 is the best bourbon for the money, period.
For $55.
Followed by the old Rip for $70.
I thought the old Rip was 50 something.
No,
too.
it's $65.
Okay. Yeah.
The old Rip for $65 is the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, we steer away from if it's over $50, it's got to be like super good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Top Shelf tried the CS coffee. You say you liked it? Yeah, people have been raving about that.
Outdoor podcast. Do you guys have any interest in campers, RVs, or vans?
Outdoors podcast, true story.
Grew up in
Andy and I grew up in an RV family.
Yep.
And our father is in the chat, and he can tell you about that. But
Yep.
we grew up going out west in the RV.
Yeah, going out east in the RV,
Now,
going to Michigan.
having said that,
is awesome.
I do think it'd be fun to do some RVing now. But RVing is like blowing up right now because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark says, I thought your last video was the best so far. Really enjoyed it. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for watching.
What you do when your gear fails.
Thank you.
D. Alley, have the wives taste Garbage Pail Challenge.
That's not a bad idea
That's not
either.
bad. Oh, God, the Garbage Pail Challenge.
The Garbage Pail Challenge is good.
My stomach still hurts from that.
Ha ha ha.
Jeff says canoe camping 2021.
Jeff, we say this every year. I want to do some form of water-based camping. I don't know what that's going to be, either canoe or kayak. I literally, every year, I say that, and it never happens.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Matt Hike says, can we send Governor DeWine to Australia to help them out, please?
I don't know if this is.
What's going on there?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you want to have a top off with something else?
No, I'm good right now.
You want to try the Yellowstone?
Let me get through this.
Okay.
Top Shelf says Angel's Envy, just okay. Unsubscribe. Yes. The regular small batch, just okay.
I've only had the rye.
And it's excellent.
It was very good. That's the only one I've had.
Yeah. Okay. Unpaved Explorer. The biggest negative of using hammocks in the winter compared to tents is that you have to get out of the warm hammock to take a pee. You can pee in a cane right at the bottom.
Okay. Unpaved Explorer. This is a great point.
Yes.
So, actually, I've got a video idea that talks about this. But getting in the winter. Okay. Here's another thing. Okay. Another thing about this little dirty thing nobody wants to talk about hammock camps. As a male, the hammock hang position puts excess pressure on your prostate. True story. Okay, that's the reason why you got to pee so much when you're in a hammock versus the tent. Everyone else talks about why I have to pee so much when I'm in the hammock. It's because
get rid of this.
It's because the position puts pressure on your prostate. But there is literally nothing worse than it's like 10 degrees outside. It's 3 a.m. You are so warm and cozy in a hammock, and you have to pee. And, like, you got to pee. It's not like I could just go back to sleep.
No, you just got to go.
You just got to go, and it's the worst. In a tent, you don't get that in a tent because that position just doesn't make me have to pee as bad. Another strategy we've been doing is we've just been trying to, like, dehydrate ourselves a little bit before we go to bed. So we don't have to get up and pee.
I haven't been doing that.
I've been like consciously like not drinking a huge amount of water before I go to bed. But in a tent, it's not that bad. Shout out to Bryce. Bryce has just been peeing in a bottle in his tent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know why I never thought to do that. I don't know.
Army LP nurse. Oh my God, I've done the Mio and vodka. Bad day backpacking next day. Guess too much.
I like the Mio. Drop your favorite Mio flavor and vodkas in the chat.
Let's this might be a good break for some more
another current event.
A current event.
All right, I got a current event, so I should bring these up on the screen actually. All right.
I see. What is that?
What, the one about the gas station sushi? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Listen, people.
Oh.
It's hard to find current events for backpacking things. All right.
You know what's funny is
wait,
I have a good story about this too.
All right. So we're making tents for cats.
Yeah.
You can now buy. True story. You know when you go to like Dick's Sporting Goods, and you see the little like those little tents.
Yeah. And before you go on your tangent, I've talked with an REI employee, and they get asked nonstop if they can get those for their cats.
Well,
there we go.
Some beautiful capitalist here is giving the people what they want.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
And now you can go get a tiny tent for your cat. So
Murray
there you go.
One?
It was born from a dream. That dream to make miniature working tents for cats.
But see, that's not true though. It's not born from a dream. It's just all these tent manufacturers have the little display models, and everybody's like, "Oh, that'd be so awesome to put my cat in there."
I have actual current events too, but this one was pretty funny.
Let's do another one.
You want another one?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta close the screen grab. Okay, so this is one actually I heard about on the Meat Eater podcast.
Oh, I know about this one.
Yes.
This one's controversial.
Really?
Is this the introducing?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
So they are horribly against, or not horribly. They're adamantly against this.
Well, it passed. So
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So they are going to be reintroducing wolves back to Colorado. So kind of there's some political sides to this. So first, of course, everything's political now.
Yeah.
Obviously, you think, okay, like who wouldn't want wolves back in their natural
Hunters.
climate? Well,
ranchers.
That's the biggest lobby is the ranching lobby. So
elk hunters, deer hunters.
well, I mean, hunters don't, but the biggest lobbying force behind opposing this was the ranching lobby, because obviously wolves are a pain in the ass for ranchers to deal with.
yeah.
But it did pass. So Colorado will become the first state in U.S. history to reintroduce wolves from voter action.
That's cool.
Other states have done it.
I think in the research or the things I heard about this too is like this is allowing proposals to begin on how they would do it, but this by itself, it allows
Prop 114 instructs Colorado's Department of Parks and Wildlife to take steps to reintroduce wolves west of the Continental Divide by the end of 2023.
Yeah.
The ballot measure was controversial from the outset, drawing opposition from the big surprise, the Colorado Cattlemen's Association.
But look, the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. They don't want the elk,
hunters didn't want it either.
They don't want the elk population dwindling. And I think some people,
and obviously the Sierra Club and other like environmental organizations are pro doing this because wolves are naturally found there.
I don't have an opinion on this, to be honest, but I think it's a valid point that you should come up with like what the carrying capacity of the land is that they're going to be on there, and then manage that population.
This is interesting.
Like,
the opposition seized the fact as proof that wolves are naturally migrating back to Colorado.
Yeah, I heard that argument
so
too.
So reintroducing them is a waste of money. So that's what the opposition. I'm assuming that's what why the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation was against it.
No, they're against it because they don't want more. They don't want elk to
thin out.
But I was listening to one of those podcasts, and they said that you're right. The argument against it was they're going to naturally come back anyways, and to let it happen naturally over time.
Interesting points. I don't know who I would side with on this.
I'm not siding with anybody.
The biologist in me says that if they're naturally supposed to be there, it's okay if you put them there. Crimea River hunters, there'll still be elk. But yeah, I thought that was cool. It's just it's cool that this is the first time voters have voted on this.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Democracy.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good with that.
I got more.
We'll do one more.
You want to do one more?
Yeah. I like current events.
Yeah. You got to look some up. This is an interesting one. Now, this is an interesting one. So, this is something I think we've been seeing a lot of this year.
Yeah.
But there's been a massive boom in FKT attempts, and the statistics on this are super interesting. So I got to find where it says that. I read this a week or two ago. Okay, so there have been 2,100 new FKTs this year.
That's awesome.
A total pool of 5,200 FKTs. All right. So think about this. There are 5,200 total FKTs, so almost half of all of the FKTs ever done have been done this year, and more specifically, 25%-ish have been done since June 1st.
Whoa. Well, that's because that's like
a season to do it.
Yeah, that's the season.
So, it kind of makes sense, as this article talks about the booms by runners looking to be more socially distanced. There have been a lot of trail races that have been canceled, so it kind of makes sense. But I mean, 3.5-fold increase in FKTs, very interesting. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense with all these like famous trail races getting canceled. All these like superstar trail runners and athletes are like, well, I might as well just try to tackle one of these then.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. And Jason Wish got an FKT this year. The big famous one was Jeff Garmeyer on the Colorado Trail.
Yep.
But there were, literally, there's 2,100. Like, who's doing this? Yeah. They're not posting enough on Instagram. I know of like 5. They're 2,000.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool little thing. All right. I only have like 2 more, so
okay,
gotta save them.
Back to comments. Let me see. Josh says Alpine Start coffee is pretty good.
Yeah, people all when we talk about coffee, everyone's like, "Yeah, try Alpine Start." We never have. I don't know why.
Carrie, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Intelizano said,
Intellisano.
I love the tea
Our
bag.
Australian friend.
Oh, right. I love the teabag style coffee. Yeah, I said teabag.
Hey, the teabag style coffee is really good. Our only
Yeah.
problem is it
Good.
creates heavy trash. You got to hike out.
Yeah, that
But we did the Folgers for a while. Now, who else makes a good teabag style?
Black Rifle does.
That's right. It does taste a little better, but you got to carry that thing out.
Yeah. Ice Pick, take a mocha pot for coffee.
I've heard of that.
What's a mocha pot?
I don't know, but I've definitely heard of that.
I gotta Google that.
I got it.
Okay.
Mocha pot. Right next to my FKT attempt.
Oh,
yeah.
I use that every day.
Yeah. But people bring them backpacking.
Yeah. I actually use that every single day now.
People. Nope. Sorry, you have to deal with me. All right, this is what the mocha pot style.
Yeah. I literally.
People do bring those.
Yeah.
Bushcrafters especially put that on the.
I use one of those every single morning.
Yeah.
And it makes a pretty damn good cup of coffee.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right. Back to booze.
3-to-1 mix of Juan Valdez
freeze
and
dried
Medaglia d'Oro.
Medaglia for coffee. But thanks for the tip.
That's a good mix. Mix instant coffee with instant espresso. I like that.
Hermetically sealed the hammock, hot tent when the wind blows and rocks the hammock hot.
Yeah,
So-
that's so. I always think about that. Like if you're in the hammock next to this hot tent and you're swaying,
well. I think
could be great situation.
No, and I think in Wall Hiker's video, I think he had the stove. Like when he was using the stove, he actually tied his hammock up to against one of his walls, and then when he actually went to bed, he turned off the stove. He let the stove go out.
You'd think for sure you'd want to do that.
Yeah. Or you got to have just a huge indoors for it.
Yeah,
So-
like you have to have the biggest tarp ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Gone feral with Squidly. Coffee
snobs
or
are
beta
beta
males.
males. That's funny.
David. I love how they said
Oh wait, we
David.
got a shout out to David Gray's family.
Oh yeah, David Gray's family. Family
Shout out
Christmas.
David Gray's having family Christmas right now. I told him to throw a power move on and put the live stream up during family Christmas.
Yeah.
He said he would. Shout out. They're having crab legs and filet mignon.
Not just crab legs, king crab
King
legs.
crab legs, filet mignon.
Twice baked potatoes.
Twice baked potatoes. It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Dave Wallace. Now you all got me worried about my banyan bar breaking, but what a great MacGyver fix you did with the trekking pole. That was yeah.
Yeah, Dave. If you just have some cordage,
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
Yeah. Matt Kane. Hot tent news.
Hot tent news.
We should have a daily segment. or
Hot
a
tent
segment.
news. Andy and I might be buying a hot tent.
Yeah, we were actually just looking
We
at
found
them.
one that Lux makes one. So here's the deal with the hot tent. We need a big hot tent because when we go hot tenting, it's probably not going to. We need at least one that can fit 3, potentially 4 people.
So
4
you-
would be ideal.
Yeah, 4. You need a minimum of a 6.
So you need a 6-person hot tent if you want to have 4 people in there with the stove. So.
and you're crammed in there with 4 people on a stove.
Yeah. I mean, you're literally like shoulder to shoulder. So we found a setup with Lux for about $700, which is still so much money.
Yeah.
But we're watching it. I'm not done begging these companies to send me one. I will make a video.
Yeah. Lisa said if a food has vitamins in it, I'll taste them.
Yeah, the nutrient food has it.
Brian Fouch says single serve pour over coffee is pretty good. That's what Bryce was doing too.
Yeah, and we are definitely coffee snobs, but we have never brought a pour over.
Yeah. I kind of agree with when most people say like even a crappy cup of coffee outdoors tastes
Like a crappy pour over
Yeah.
is still better than instant. Medaglia d'Oro is good, man.
Yeah. Me outside says the pole may have damaged before the hammock setup ? It's certainly possible.
It's
but
certainly possible.
But it broke right at the connection point.
Yeah,
Or the 2. So
certainly possible.
Top Shelf says $50 to $60 sweet spot. Have you tried Michter's American? I haven't tried Michter's
I
American.
haven't either.
I've only had Michter's small batch and it was delicious.
It was good.
Yeah.
I will agree that $50 is
yeah.
the sweet spot.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Essay the first. Try the Art Loeb Trail. Keep in mind, Pisgah is like 500,000 acres. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Or something crazy. The area around Brevard is a waterfall area. Yeah, Frozen just did foothills. Yeah, Art Loeb. I see tons of people talking about Art Loeb.
We got the invite to go with Frozen, but it was not a good time for us.
Yeah. Top shelf. CS was very tasty, and one serving makes 16.
One
20
serving
ounces.
makes 16 to 20 ounces. That's music to my ears.
Oh yeah, Mr. Rainbow. You guys need to get weird and do a cheap bourbon one
What
evening.
would we do? That's a great suggestion.
Well,
and
cheap,
we should do
cheap
that.
in price or cheap in quality?
No, cheap in price.
I mean, cheap in price is still good. We would just do
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace or Weller Special Reserve.
What about cheap in quality? What's the Buffalo Trace one that they make? They make this and
Benchmark.
they're like just use
Benchmark.
this for mixing.
Yeah, benchmark.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it. It's there.
Is it good?
I don't know. I've
It's
never
like, isn't
had
it like $12 a
Yeah,
bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get Benchmark. Now we've got wait. I've got something back here that was $13.99 that I'm gonna make Andy and I.
Oh God. Bring that. Go grab that. It's right
Okay, all right.
there.
This is a treat.
We're gonna need. I'll need a designated driver.
I saw this at Total Wine and it was $14.
I'll get
And
one
I was like,
too.
I'm buying that.
I got one as well.
You did?
Yeah, I got one at the liquor barn. We will need designated drivers after this thing.
All right. I'm gonna explain what this is.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you guys can see this here. This is the bourbon people in the chat are gonna go nuts when they see this. This is called White Dog. So
It's basically before you age it in a barrel.
this is what they distill straight from the mash. Like, you're not supposed to drink this. It's 125 proof. I'm sure it tastes like garbage. I'm sure it tastes like rubbing alcohol. I bought it because I thought it was funny and it'd be like a funny thing to put. But then I was like, we'll open it for a live stream.
Yeah.
So
I got one of those too.
yeah. So maybe we'll do some White Dog. I mean, honestly, this is 53%.
No, I was just gonna say the proof's actually not that
It's
bad.
not that
on
bad.
No.
It probably tastes like garbage.
Yeah, we might have to mix that.
I actually, honestly, I also got this because high proof clear things are good for backpacking. Because you could probably use this as stove fuel if you needed to, maybe.
130%. I don't know.
I don't know. That's kind of low, but the more concentrated, the better to bring for backpacking purposes. So maybe we'll do some White Dog.
Here's a good question from Matt Kane. What weight is your winter pack? And we weighed our packs at the
Yeah,
trailhead.
we did. I didn't talk about that on video.
Yeah, and we had Bryce had a scale with them, and we actually weighed them fully loaded.
I was pretty happy with my weight.
Yeah, so mine with food, water, fuel, like everything, you're about ready to strap it on your back, including camera equipment, was 29 pounds.
Yeah, so mine. Now, granted, I was only taking 1.5 liters of water with me. I normally take like 2 liters. Mine without camera gear was like 25 pounds. So probably lighter than his. I'm not taking 4 pounds of camera gear, but probably like 27, 28 pounds fully loaded for 2 days, 2 nights. I thought that's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought I was
for
actually
a winter setup. Now,
I was
had
pretty happy with 29.
I mean, and I had a 2.5 pound tent. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. Alan Watson said, Woodford Reserve Double Oak, gotta try it. Yep.
I don't drink enough Woodford. Good heads up. True story. We don't give Woodford enough love.
I think it's boring.
Okay.
Just
Oh.
their regular stuff.
Shots fired.
It's a good mixer.
Oh, must have a high class line.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Is it this thing?
Double Oak is
Okay.
supposed to be pretty good. Yeah. Mike Bullis, I would love to see a Boundary Waters canoe trip. Not much out there
Andy's
for
been
quality
there.
video. No, I haven't been to Boundary Waters. I've been to Algonquin.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Right.
I think I recall Andy saying he's been to Algonquin. Yep.
Yep.
Curtis Stahl, Bird Dog Whiskey is great and $16. I've seen that.
Oh, $16.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Dad said we had fun RVing at ski areas. Best way to do it. Lisa loved RVing.
Yeah, there's our dad commenting on RVing.
Yeah.
He can comment about how much of a money pit an RV is.
Yeah, he can comment about don't buy one.
Yeah. Just rent one. Just rent one.
Yeah.
Don't buy one. Same with the boat. Unless you live on a body of water, just rent one.
Gone Pharaoh with Squidly. When you reach my age, you're guaranteed at least one pee trip, so I carry a pee
You know,
bottle.
I need to get better. I cannot imagine peeing in a bottle in a hammock, but I know people do. And I can't even imagine peeing in a tent. But Bryce did it. I don't know. That's a good winter backpacking skill. And you got this gross ass pee bottle though.
Yeah. Top Shelf Backpacking says Mill sweet tea and Mio lemonade mixed with bourbon.
Nice. I could do that.
Fred Sullen, canoe camping on the Allegheny River in PA is great. Lots of islands in the river with campsites. Yeah, that sounds sweet. I've seen
That
a
does
bunch.
sound sweet.
I've seen videos there. I think
Yeah.
Arcana. Is that where the Frozen video was? Where you guys were?
Yeah. Was that where he was?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Army LP Nurse Martin. Yes, Bryce. Nalgene bottle. Tent privy.
Tent
is
privy. I
the
like
tent
that.
privy,
I
yeah.
like the tent privy. That's funny.
Oh, Possum Outdoors. Old Smoky peanut butter whiskey.
I've heard of that.
Well, there's like Old Smoky stuff. Bryce
Dude,
actually
peanut
gave
butter
us.
whiskey. That sounds kind of good.
Yeah. Haven't you ever had the Screwball?
Yeah, you're right. I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mandy Bone G. I have a tiny tent. Oh, that's awesome.
Mandy, do you?
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I need to get one for my cat. My cat would love it. Return to Isle Royale for Mark. We thought we talk about that every year.
This sounds amazing. Return to Isle Royale for a kayak and fishing trip.
So next year, wait, do I have a spoiler alert?
Really?
No.
Because you're a big
Spoiler alert. Annie and I are going to do a 2-week trip next year, potentially.
Yeah.
It's currently scheduled. And for Isle Royale, something like that, you got to do 2 weeks.
Matt Kane, did you ever backpack with your pet?
No. Maybe soon.
Maybe.
We need a trail dog. Okay, we need a trail dog. David Gray's got him. We need a trail dog.
Backpacking with my cat, not happening.
That would be funny. I feel like if you got a kitten really early and you got it used to like you'd have to put it in your pack. I think if you got a cat early enough, it could be okay as a backpacking companion and you could eat mice all night.
Yeah. Jim B makes a good comment. Why are backpackers so reluctant to use a poncho? Is it because they're perceived as uncool?
Great question.
Tiny weight penalty, essentially no cost. Enter camp completely dry after a rainy day. So
Great question.
I'll counter that though.
Backpackers aren't anti-poncho.
Well, I really think first of all that big poncho that somebody makes that goes over
the
your
pack?
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'll say from a coverage perspective over just like your torso and torso alone, I feel like a rain jacket would do, like a high-end rain jacket would do a better job.
No, I'm telling you all.
But this also helps get down to your ankles.
The rain skirt is awesome. Are you thinking about? Would you ever get one? The rain skirt is awesome.
No, I'm not going to
It weighs less than an ounce. It is awesome. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I've got nothing against ponchos. I don't.
But yeah, you don't think people don't. You don't see them.
No, we
Backpackers don't
don't.
use them. It is kind of weird.
Yeah. Possum Outdoors. Wolves saved Yellowstone,
So
and then Travis agreed with that.
true story. I'm going to tell you this. You have got to watch the show Yellowstone.
I know.
Have you not seen it?
No, everybody talks about it.
And you would love it.
I know. What's it on?
It's on Paramount Network.
What?
So it might be on Hulu. So if you guys, this is just comment me thing. The show Yellowstone, I've only seen the first season. It is really good. Kevin Costner, it's really good. It's like, outdoorsy, ranchy. It's a great show. You would love it.
Yeah. Gone Feral with Squidly. Florida man wants to reintroduce the skunk ape. Mute Man. I was born in Alaska and live in Michigan. Wolves are not a huge deal. Need predators along with prey. Ecosystem is better with them.
Agree,
Right,
man.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's
Yeah.
what the proponents of
Yeah.
this bill, I mean, that's what they say. I mean, a great, fantastic example is the current white-tailed deer population in several Midwest states, including Ohio, because we killed all the bears about 150 years ago. White-tailed deer are like almost a nuisance in Ohio.
Yeah, but I've seen the okay. So I watch an outdoors channel that takes place in Minnesota. There's a lot of hunting and fishing on it, and every year he sits in a deer stand the last few years it's all just been wolves chasing deer out of it.
That's the natural way.
Yeah,
These hunters, I mean, we hunt. Got to step your game up.
I guess.
You know, wolves are going to have an advantage. But yeah, I mean, when you remove apex predators, the things they eat, if they don't have any natural predators, they get out of whack. And it goes with the current theme in my head of how humans have molested the natural landscape.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about walking out the door and having a bunch of wolves in my backyard, but I mean,
They deserve to live there as much as we do.
yeah.
I mean, you could shoot them, right?
I don't know if you could. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Depends
know.
on the laws.
Yeah.
Mark Landau, Wisconsin is reintroducing a wolf hunting season in 2021.
Really? So at least that's cool. At least if they reintroduce wolves, hunters will get a wolf hunting season. That'd be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a cool animal to hunt.
Yeah, you could. I think you could sell
Would
the
you-
pelts.
You wouldn't eat them, right?
I don't know. I think you just
Yeah,
like
I don't know if you want to eat them.
stuff it.
I don't know.
It'd be pretty cool to have a big stuffed wolf right behind
Some
us.
wolf slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, be kind of cool.
Smokey V's natural Jason Wish inspired all the new FKTs attempts.
Jason Wish has been doing some FKTs this year.
And
that's for
Jason
sure.
Wish probably did half of those in April.
I like all the Jason Wish comments.
I like this. Gone Pharaoh was squiddly. In April, I did an FKT across my dining room. Did you get it? Did you or no?
That's pretty funny.
Um,
That's really funny. There's a lot of people here.
yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with these comments. Okay. In April. Right. I just got Jeff Garmire's book from him autographed. He has quite a few FKTs.
I walk. Is that Walk Tall? How is that book?
You
that
can
good?
order them from his website
I want to know if
by
it's a good
sending
book.
them an email if you want it autographed.
Yeah, that's cool. He seems like a cool guy. Favorite meal and vodka is the Acai Berry Energy. Is that a caffeinated one?
Yeah.
And a few shots?
I bring a small smart water bottle, 1 liter for the last one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, you sound like a fun person to backpack
Yeah,
with.
you sound like a fit.
You'd fit in with us. That's really funny.
Essay the first. Jason Wish needs to do the Barkley.
Jason Wish is not a runner. He's a hiker. Well, I guess Barkley are hiking.
Yeah.
You're not really running.
Matt Kane, 2-stroke coffee.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Roy Martinez, what camera do you use to film on the trail?
Great question. So we have 2 cameras, but the main one from the last trip is a Canon EOS R6, and we have a Canon M50. So
Yeah.
2 Canon mirrorless cameras.
Yeah. Matt Kane, Jet Boil coffee.
I've never. We've used jet boil.
Yeah. Our sister said I bought you a mocha pot after Paris. We used it every day until
they got the Jura.
Yeah. I have the mocha pot and I use it every day.
Allie and I consider getting a Jura
Yeah, those are nice.
because all us work from home.
Yeah. Mark Cummings, Death Wish coffee.
I've heard really good things about
Went
that.
to the International Space Lab.
Yeah,
Did it?
I've heard really good things about
Yeah.
Death Wish coffee.
Isn't it the whole thing is just got so much
So
caffeine?
much caffeine.
Brandon O'Hara, I go Maxwell House Instant or Starbucks Via.
We
Quite the difference there.
we did many years on the Starbucks Vita.
Yeah.
It's good coffee.
Yeah. Dennis Chapman, nice choice on the Willet. Matt Kane, ice
This is good.
fishing. Oh my God, this sounds so awesome. By the way, Matt Kane says ice fishing hot tent.
That's what they do.
I've watched those videos.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's not even it's like a cabin.
Well, you can just get like one of those
You
ice
get the
fishing
inflatable
tents.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Cahill, I totally believe in LNT, but coffee grounds are good for the soil. Why are you packing them
So,
out?
Michael, you are 100% correct. Coffee grounds are compostable and would be good for the soil, but the leave no trace people
Yeah.
ain't going to have any of that.
Yep.
But I agree with what you're saying. It is correct.
Jim O'Donnell, how much does a $700 hot tent weigh? $700 hot tent weigh? Tent was 5 pounds.
No, the tent was 3.5 pounds.
So 6, 7, something like that, maybe.
like total.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, probably 6 to 8 pounds total. But you got 4 people, so it's really not a terrible weight thing. You got to take some wood processing stuff too with the hot tent.
Kevin Wedge. Speaking of coffee, how about Shug's Loadout? Can't tell if it's a coffee maker or some crazy drug lab. I know what that is.
It's a Turkish
It's the
coffee
Turkish
thing.
thing, yeah.
JK's hiking got one.
Yeah, those are cool.
It's a Turkish coffee thing. I've never had it, but I think it looks really good. Doesn't look light though.
This is interesting. Dennis Chapman says Michter's US 1 with coconut water ice cubes called a
Staycationer.
staycationer. Only good with US 1.
Ooh, coconut water ice cubes for some sort of cocktail, though, is a really good idea.
Essay the first. Best cheap equals. Okay, no, he's right. Best cheap equals Evan Williams bottled in bond. I have a bottle of that.
I've not had anything from Evan Williams.
It's $17.
Oh, D-Ball's in chat.
Yeah. No granddad.
Dan, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Dan, how? Dan.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is somebody
what that is.
messaging us?
No.
Oh. It's reconnection issues.
Oh, we're having some. Oh, we're good. Sorry, folks. My internet's being a little squirrely. Dan is from a self-proclaimed like pizza snobbery area of the country.
Yeah.
So I was. Ooh, there goes the cap. I was really, really scared because I was like, oh God, he's gonna know good pizza. And he said the Granddad's was good, so I think it's good pizza. Thanks for coming, Dan.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Dan, you better be watching this from your hot tub. Dan and my wife, we're really trying to work my wife into getting a hot tub, and Dan has been a really, really good resource and proponent of that. So I appreciate that.
Travis, and this is a good call out, Travis. Travis says ancient age made by Buffalo Trace, $15. Surprisingly good.
I've never even heard of that. Have you?
Yeah, I see it all the time.
Ancient age?
And then they have ancient age, which is like an 8 or 10 year one.
Oh wow, I've never heard of these.
Andrew Sherman says, Kevin, did you like the tent that you borrowed from Becker?
Yeah, it was. First off, thank you, Dan, for letting me use that. Yeah, it was a really nice. I mean, it's a $600 tent. I thought it would be really fragile, and I kind of beat it up a little bit, and it did really well. So it was. If you're looking for a freestanding, it might be the lightest double wall freestanding tent you can buy. So it was very good, and thanks to Dan for letting me borrow that.
Yeah. Brenton Jones, my wife. Oh, I'm sorry. Top shelf. Woodford is boring. How am I still watching this?
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Woodford, man.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying
You're like, it's boring.
it's boring.
I don't know what that means.
yeah.
If a drink is boring.
Hey, we'll buy a bottle. You want to do like a?
I've had Woodford.
I've had it too. You could do a taste off of all the cheaper stuff. Well, it's not that cheap actually.
Brenton, my wife got me a bourbon advent calendar. Hopefully my wife is still in the chat, and we still have a week till Christmas, so we'll just drink all the days in like one day.
Yeah, Wayfaring West.
Oh, Wiesenberg's in. Yeah.
Wayfaring West bourbon. I was trying to pronounce that. I'm imbibing cranberry juice, lemon juice, and apple cider vinegar cocktail. But when you say cocktail, is there liquor in that, or is it just like those three things?
Sounds like a cleansing drink.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy Weeze is in the chat. High school buddy, used to hang out in the RV in high school.
The RV.
Thanks for coming, buddy.
Yeah.
True story. He's a backpacker.
Yeah.
He's done dolly sods.
Yeah, yes. Remember when him and Sam did it
Sam did dolly sods, stoveless. We got to bring him back in. Yeah, he's good. All right. Josh is searing his tomahawk. Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, I'm lost. Wait.
Dennis Chapman, cheap Devil's Cut.
I've had Devil's Cut. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's good.
I pee in a sleeping
Just
bag.
pee in your sleeping bag.
Army tricks.
Gross.
Josh just finished searing the steak. We got some steak updates from
Yeah,
Josh.
Josh has the tomahawk steak going. Did you do a reverse sear? Did you smoke it and then sear it? I would like to know.
Gone Farrell with Squidly. I pee on soldiers. Navy
Nice.
tricks.
I like all the pee comments.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's delicious. Okay, so it's delicious with Patron, coffee, and peanut butter.
That sounds kind of good.
Mandy, I use it for my kids' yoga class. Going back to the mini tent.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Oh man. Okay, Tech Redneck did the Allegheny 30 years ago. Canoe from Tionesta, Pennsylvania to Pittsburgh with the Boy Scouts.
That sounds pretty
Great
cool.
times, yeah.
Pennsylvania is a really phenomenal outdoorsy state.
Yeah.
Honestly. We're trying to get through these.
Yeah. Dan Becker could have used a poncho. From a rain well, if you're Dennis, if you're assuming that the poncho would cover the pack, then yeah, that could have helped us all.
Also, shout out, Dan released a really good video.
Yeah.
Talking about this kind of stuff that if you should watch if you want to, if you want to get into that. His video he just released was really good.
I mean, like, I'm almost to the point in saying that I don't care what kind of rain gear you have. When you're in that type of rain all day long, it's gonna get through.
I cannot believe I was on the fence about bringing rain pants.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I need my rain pants. I bring my rain skirt, and I brought my rain pants, and it was the best decision ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think so Andy's comment was, regardless of what material you have, if you're hiking in the rain for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, it's gonna wet through. I gotta think a fully Dyneema thing is gonna be okay. Not that you shouldn't have your stuff in dry bags.
Well, I'm not necessarily wet through, but like there's gonna be some seams. It's gonna make its way through some.
Yeah, I mean, if you're out there all day, you just gotta pack line it or dry bag it.
Yeah. Okay. Some rain skirt talk here. You can. Oh, good. Lisa's got all 3 seasons of Yellowstone downloaded. Perfect.
Oh, nice. Great show.
Yeah. What do we have any more current events?
I got current events.
All right, let's do one.
Okay.
Take a break from the chat.
Okay. I know we can't go all night here too. Okay, here we go. This is a big one. Did you see this one? Do you know what I'm talking about here? I always hit the wrong one. So today, literally today.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Yeah.
President-elect Biden tagged who he would like to be on his cabinet as the Secretary of the Interior. Now, the reason this is historical is because, as you can see from the headline, this is actually the first time a Native American has ever been picked to be on the cabinet. So, I bring this up because the Secretary of Interior, if you didn't know this, is in charge of all the federal lands.
Yeah. They're
in charge of all the outdoorsy shit.
Yep.
The National Park Service, like all that stuff. So I had this up because this literally happened today. It might have happened yesterday, actually. It's a current event because he tagged who he wanted to be as for the Secretary of Interior, but it's also a current event because he tagged the first Native American. So if you're not familiar with this woman, she is a congresswoman from the district where Albuquerque, New Mexico is, and she is of it's a Pueblo tribe origin, I believe, is her Native American ancestry. So honestly, I saw this and I was like, I wanted to immediately read more about this woman's political positions. She's obviously a Democrat, because I'm like, that's cool, but I want to know what she's going to do I want to know what she's going to do. And there's not a lot of information on her current policies because she's she's a fresh.
Yeah.
So I don't know like what her stances are. I just know she's a Democrat. I don't even know what the official like Democrat stance on landy outdoorsy stuff is. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But I thought this was kind of cool.
Yes, that's groundbreaking.
It's good, We stole all their land.
About time they had a say.
This also segues me into another point I had. So I've been reading. Did I tell you what I'm reading? I told you what I'm reading.
Yeah, the
Life of a Free Trapper.
Yeah.
By Osborne Russell. So going on a little tangent here, and it relates back to this. I'm gonna get this off the screen. So I'm reading. So the last like month or two, I've been like somewhat obsessed. So we backpack a lot.
Yes.
Okay, we're in the woods a lot, and I get very excited. It's very cool when we see nature. Like for instance, last week, 2 weeks ago, when we woke up in the Smokies, there's this like beautiful big buck like walking through our campsite, and it was like awesome. And it was very cool to see that. So I've been kind of obsessed with like what was the natural landscape like before humans molested it.
Yeah.
Like literally our forests, our lands, and I'm talking like early 19th century, like 1820s, 1830s, like they were teeming with wildlife, like elk, bison, bears, squirrels, birds, fish. I mean, just teeming with wildlife. That's not the case now because of, humans. So I've been really curious. I really wanted to read some like primary resources about like what was it really like. It's part of why I watched the movie The Revenant. Anyway, long story short, there's a book, a collection of letters called Life of a Free Trapper. It's by a guy named Osborne Russell. He lived in the Rocky Mountains for about 7 to 10 years, and he was a trapper working for like some of the big trapping companies. And he had a very, very good collection of journal entries and letters that really talked about what life was like being a frontiersman in that time. The reason I bring this up with relation to this Secretary of the Interior pick was one of the things that stood out to me was, I entered into this to read about the wildlife and like it was cool and they were eating buffalo and smoking meat. But one of the biggest things was their interactions with the natives in that area. And, you got to think you're sending, 50 white dudes out into the Rocky Mountains in 1820s, and they're constantly interacting with Native American tribes. And the interesting thing to me was the diversity of interactions. They met tribes that wanted to kill them on sight, and they met tribes that literally moved their tribes to their trapping posts so they could like live in harmony. And I thought the Native American aspect of frontiers life was very interesting, very, political, very, it wasn't, there are thousands of Native American tribes in this country, and they're all so different, and how they interacted with settlers. And I thought that was cool. So I don't know. I thought that was cool.
Okay.
It's a great resource if you want to read about that.
Sounds like a good book.
It's called it's Life of a Free Trapper.
Maybe
Osborne Russell.
You can add it to Kevin's winter reading list.
Yeah. Also, a little fun fact about Osborne Russell: a very prominent figure in the creation of the state of Oregon. And a crazy thing to think about: there was a time period in this country's history where Oregon was not a state, but we were living there and we were just getting killed by Indians, and the government of the U.S. wasn't doing anything about it. So like imagine you have an area where there's a bunch of Americans, they're fighting a war, they're all Americans. It's just they're not fighting in America, and the American government ain't doing shit.
Well, that I can imagine that.
But Osborne Russell's like, hey guys, we're getting killed out here. Like literally.
Yeah.
Like we're all coming from America to settle this for the United States. We're getting killed by these people. Help us out.
Well, what was America's foreign policy then?
I don't
know.
It wasn't
you guys went out there.
It wasn't like America was anti-killing Indians.
I know.
Anyway, great resource, easy read. It's like $4.99 on Amazon paperback. It's really cool, and there is a lot of cool tidbits about what the wildlife was like. I mean, teeming with wildlife. So,
all right,
back to comments.
Yeah,
and speed it up because we can't go all night here.
Okay, we're gonna have to go through some of this a little bit quicker, so I apologize if we skipped over your comment. But a lot of coffee talk. Actually, there was a comment in here from D. Alley said, "What do you think of Trader Joe's instant coffee?" Which I thought was very interesting.
That used to be
I hate it.
I love it. Andy hates it because it's pre-mixed with cream and sugar.
It's got cream and sugar in it. It's way too sweet.
But I like it. I actually like to use it as creamer. That was one of the first instant coffees I ever took backpacking, actually.
Yeah. If you need massive amounts of cream and sugar in your coffee, the Trader Joe's instant coffee.
It's the way to go.
Go with that. Brenton says, I didn't know Kenosha was known for pizza.
Well, the whole Chicago, I mean, Kenosha, another thing, if you don't know this, Kenosha is effectively a northern suburb of Chicago. And just Chicago in general is known for pizza.
Mark Koa said, can we talk about Bryce just debuted his
Wait, did he? Did Bryce's trip video come out right now? Did it? He would. That's pretty funny. Been waiting forever.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it, but we could do a live.
I thought he said in our chat it was tomorrow.
We could do a live react to it. Did he? Oh, we
No.
got it. Trying not to die in the Smoky Mountains. Ultralight winter backpacking. Oh, it's a lessons learned video. Okay.
Oh.
Bryce, great title. Come on, you got to get a tent in the thumbnail or something, man.
Oh, our stream is having problems.
No, it's fine. It's your end.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the laptop.
So after we end this, we're gonna end this.
Oh. This is, you're listening to Bryce's video.
I was like, what is it?
Nice intro, Bryce. Listen to that music. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, all right. I gotta watch this later.
All right, after
right.
this stream, make
Bryce, and it's a power move dropping this during our stream, though.
Sure, yeah.
Nice. Good. That's cool. I
I
can't wait to watch that. Watch it after this.
live breakdown at Show Brothers Outdoors.
I know.
Live.
We could actually watch this live. Put it on the screen.
Would we get like
No.
tagged or anything
No,
like
it would
that?
be fine. We could do it though. We're not.
Yeah. It is.
Go watch Bryce's
how,
video
How long have we
after
been,
this.
How long have we been going for?
Almost an hour and a half.
Okay, I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of well, first of all, the amount of viewers that we've gained on our live streams has gone exponentially.
Yeah.
up. So,
Honestly, thank you all for joining in with us. This is a lot of fun for us. I'm hoping
Yeah,
it's fun for you all.
and we finally started getting to the point where there's more comments than time.
yeah.
And so I apologize.
Yeah,
that
we're trying to
can't-
get through it all.
Um,
But at the end of the day, if we do this all night, Andy and I are going to be so hungover tomorrow.
yeah, I gotta work out.
All right. So seriously though, thank you all for watching
Yeah.
and listening. Remember to just give us a review.
Just give us a review.
Just go to iTunes.
Just go to iTunes.
Just give us a review.
Just
It's
give us a
low
review.
effort.
It can be a bad review.
Like I said, this is most likely going to be the last live stream of 2020.
Yep.
But we will be back in January. Do not worry. We'll be back. We're going to have an upgraded setup. Please find some time out there. Enjoy the holiday season.
Yes. Be safe.
Be safe. What else?
I don't know. Tag us on Instagram. Send us some pictures of your of the mini tents with your cats inside it. And we'll repost it.
No, I mean, do all that, but
Yeah.
find some time to have some happiness this season. Reflect on 2020 sucked.
Yeah. And if you're
There's
Yeah.
been some good things that have happened.
we had some good trips, but looking forward to 2021.
And we are super excited for 2021. Any final words?
No. Have a great holiday, everybody, and be safe and support your local or support the cottage vendors.
Support the cottage vendors.
I don't know.
Support the cottage vendors. Rate us on the iTunes store.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, and we'll see everybody on the next one.
Yep. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us.